And welcome back. It is Saturday, May the 6th. This is why you should never believe polls by the fake news media. Look at Marine Le Pen's rally compared to Macron's rally. Doesn't add up, does it? Where else have we seen this before? I'd say the Hillary Clinton versus Trump, we've seen a very similar phenomenon. Yet she was ahead in the polls. Much like Hillary, much like Macron, he's ahead in the polls, yet Marine Le Pen has the size, the crowds, the numbers. Doesn't add up. Never believe polls. Go out and vote tomorrow. Le Pen 2017. And how imperative it is that we're witnessing a moment of reckoning for the Western civilization. Globalism versus patriotism once again. The US and Russia just came to an agreement. From Reuters, the Russian and the US Chiefs of General Staff agreed on Saturday to fully resume the implementation of a joint memorandum on preventing mid-air incidents over Syria. Russian news agencies quoted the Russian Defense Ministry as saying, Russian General Valery Gerasimov and General Joseph Dunford of the United States discussed in a phone call the Syria de-escalation zones and agreed to continue working on additional measures aimed to avoid clashes in Syria. The aircraft safety memorandum was signed in October of 2015 after Russia began bombing targets in Syria to support Syrian government forces in their fight against Islamic State and other armed groups. I like the idea of cooperation with Russia. Why not have the nuclear superpowers in the entire world go against the enemy of humanity called ISIS and wipe them from the earth? And from what I understand, ISIS is on the run in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Syria. Their backs are against the ropes. Look who just called for a restraining order against Hillary. Actor Rob Schneider hammers Hillary calling for a restraining order against her. At this point, I believe a judge should grant America a restraining order against Hillary Clinton for stalking. You have to give this guy credit, considering what Hollywood is made up of, which is a liberal, psychotic ideology, who are, most of them are completely controlled from signing contracts they didn't completely understand. But for this guy to come out and say the things that he has said about Berkeley and other things, you gotta give him credit. It takes courage to do that. At this point, I believe a judge should grant America a restraining order against Hillary Clinton for stalking. I agree. Get some replies. Oh my God, brilliant, Rob. At this point, I think we should volunteer Hillary Clinton to be shipped off to Mars. Agreed. California University caves to black student sit-in. Look at this lady wearing an African thing on her head. She's not even from Africa. Probably knows nothing about the past. Oh, that's funny. It's like me wearing a kilt or something. Santa Cruz, UC Santa Cruz has agreed to the demands of the African Black Students Alliance after a 3-day occupation of Care Hall, the primary administration building on campus. To loud cheers of victory, UCSC Director of News and Media Relations, Scott Hernandez, Jason stood before hundreds of students at Care Hall about 5:30 p.m. Thursday and announced that the university was committed to better serving its African, Black, and Caribbean identified students. To illustrate this, UCSC Chancellor George Blumenthal agreed to the Alliance's demands and made the following commitments. It's gotta be California, folks. The cursed state of California. UCSC committed to extend it up to a 4-year housing guarantee to all students from underrepresented communities who applied to and live in the Rosa Parks African American theme house. The U.S. the UCSC committed to converting the first floor lounge area of the Rosa Parks African American theme house from housing back to a community lounge space. USCS committed to painting the exterior of the Rosa Parks African American theme house in a Pan-African colors red, gold, and green. Oh yeah, I'm sure it'll be spectacular. It'll look like a clown house. The USCS committed to delivering a mandatory educational diversity orientation to all incoming freshmen and transfer students. Give me a break. These people are so weak-minded, they'll never be able to succeed in the real world. So, as sad as it is, I'm almost glad these idiots exist to promote such stupid ideas. On second thought, I suppose I want a white-only school, a white-only dorm, a white-only town, a white-only city, and a white-only country. How's that? Sound okay to you?